Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. In today's topic, we're going to be talking about a Floodgate that I have not seen anyone play. And no, it's not the card in front of your guys' screen, because I think this card is pretty familiar. I've seen it in some deck lists by now, and I think you guys have as well. But this Floodgate, I'm pretty sure no one has seen, because I haven't seen it. But to me, it seemed to be really amazing, and from the limited testing I had, I think this card is amazing. So without edging you guys on, let's go ahead and look at this card. It's Mistaken Arrest. Now, let's go ahead and read this card. It says, until the end of your next turn, after this card resolves, neither player can add cards from their deck to the hand, except by drawing them, right? So this card is basically, first action is your Ash Blossom, then it becomes draw and lockboard for the rest of the turn. Now, you're probably wondering, well, why is this the best flood? Why am I showing you guys a card that was released a while ago that nobody plays, right? Well, there's a very popular Floodgate right now that I've been seeing a lot of people play, and it's Dimensional Barrier. And I understand the vision, right? I see what's going on here. You know, Tenpai Synchro Summoning, new deck, play Dimensional Barrier. Yeah, seems pretty good. I completely understand that, right? But one of the things that that made me, you know, kind of want to not play Dimensional Barrier. And even though I understand this card is broken, I mean, like, this card doesn't need an introduction. You just flip it, call whatever, and you win the game off right. I get that. But tell me why it just doesn't feel right to play this card when the best deck is a deck that does not lose this card. This card has no effect against Snake Eyes. Do I really want to side in a going first card that has no coverage against the best deck? That doesn't make much sense to me, right? So I had to find a card that was a quick play, very important, or a trap, right? That's not a continuous, that had pretty much the same effect against Tenpai, but could be really good against Snake Eyes as well, having that dual coverage matchup. And that's where I came around to Mistaken Arrest, right? If you guys have been on the channel for a while now, you guys know all I do is talk about Snake Eyes, and I'm pretty sure most of you understand how Snake Eyes work, right? And guys, if you have a Snake Eyes combo backed up within a Mistaken Arrest, you instantly win. Think about all the times that you've won by having Snake Eyes combo backed up with a Droll and Lockbird. Yeah, they're not cracking that board, not through Droll. You're gonna crack my board without searching. You're not gonna be able to do it. It's impossible, right? Now imagine Mistaken Arrest, which is basically Droll and Lockbird, or it's Ash Blossom first, so it negates the first search, then it becomes Droll and Lockbird. So yeah, your opponent is not breaking your board with this card at all. It has a really good coverage through the Snake Eyes matchup, right? Not to mention, there's some cards that the Snake Eyes player love to play in recent times. You guys can just look this up, and I think most of you guys know, so you guys don't even need to look this up. But a lot of players right now are playing the cash cards, and yeah, be my guest. Play your Pressure Planet into my Mistaken Arrest. I'll gladly take that trade, right? Now let's go ahead and dive into the bulk of why this card is good. Now, obviously, there are better cards in Mistaken Arrest against Snake Eyes, right? If there wasn't, we wouldn't have been, you know, I wouldn't have brought up this card 3 months later after Snake Eyes has released. Now, you're probably wondering, well, let's talk about its coverage against Tenpai. Is it better than Dimensional Barrier against Tenpai? So let's go ahead and take a look at a sample deck list. Thanks to our friend Yugioh, I have his list on here to talk about some things, but we'll go ahead and use his sample core, right? Now, Pydra, searches. Can't use it. Sengen Common, searches. Can't use it. Sengen Summoning. I just went through all the starters, by the way. You can't add. It searches. Pot of Prosperity. You want to dig for some cards to defend yourselves? Can't do that either for some reason, right? Throw that into the crossfire too. So yeah, your whole deck gets turned off. The only thing that you can do is Chandra. And what are you going to do? Summon your Pydra that can't add? Be my guest, right? So yeah, no, like, this card actually turns off the entire Tenpai deck. They basically cannot play, very similar how Dimensional Barrier works. Sure, they can make a synchro, but for the most part, they just can't get to their cards most of the time. They can't add anything. Their consistency is cut in half because they can't use Sengen Summoning, and they can't use Kaiman, and they can't use Prosperity to get to any of their cards. So this is absolutely crazy. Now, one drawback with this card, though, is it does have the effect that it does last till the end of the next turn, so you can't really play this card in, let's say, like the Tenpai Mirror match. But if you are playing a deck like Snake Eyes, or basically anything that doesn't require that much searching, or at least as much searching as Tenpai does, then yeah, this card is definitely a card for you. Works very well in any of the rogue decks, like Yugioh, for example. This card is absolutely insane in that deck because you're not really searching that much. And honestly, Snake Eyes, like, if you put up your full board, like, what else, right? Like, even if you can't search the next turn, they're cooked because they just couldn't play the game. So this card, it's just been absolutely crazy in testing for me. It's been absolutely insane. Yeah, just a quick recap to end this video here. Super solid against Tenpai and super solid against Snake Eye Ash. There are cards I get like Dimensional Barrier in there, but obviously it does not work against the best deck, so you know that's why I don't want to play it. And as you guys can see here, just one more recap, Jib is playing Lightning Storm in his deck, and he isn't the only one. Christian Urena, a very high profile player as well, is playing Lightning Storm. So we are not trying to play our continuous symbol traps and things of that nature. We want to play cards that do play very well into Lightning Storm or Harpies, because it is the trend with Tenpai right now, which is why I guess Dimensional Barrier is good. But we found a better Dimensional Barrier that can save you more side deck slots. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. If you guys made it this far, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and a sub. And let me know your thoughts on this card in the comments below. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.